They told you that broadcasting was glamorous. I mean, the beautiful studio, the fantastic guests that come on board. I mean, the celebrity guests that come on board, and all of that paparazzi. For some stations, the traveling. But nobody mentions the downside of broadcasting. I'm talking about the 5 a.m. wake up calls for just 75,000 to 100,000 naira a month. Nobody prepares you for the ugly side of broadcasting. You see, I've been in broadcasting for 12 years now. My name is Chikezie, and I am a broadcast journalist. I've been on radio for 12 years plus. And today, I want to be sharing with you the ugly truths about broadcasting. And this is because you deserve to know before you commit. Look, I'm not here to discourage you. Broadcasting is a fantastic career and I love what I do. But I also wish that someone, maybe a mentor or somebody who was already years ahead of me, somehow sat me down, a few years back to share with me the real truth about broadcasting, to just prepare my mind for, what was before me or was ahead of me. Someone who would have given me the real picture, not the Instagram highlights, that looks very glamorous. In this video, we're going to be covering a few truths about broadcasting, a few brutal truths about broadcasting that nobody talks about. We're going to be looking at the salary realities, the schedule chaos, the job insecurity, and the emotional toll. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what you're signing up for. Like I said earlier, this is not to scare you. I know you love broadcasting a lot. I know that they've taught you so much about mass communication, about radio, TV broadcasting in school, and you're ready to explore. So this is not to scare you, not at all. But this is to prepare you, especially because the people who thrive the most in broadcasting are not the most talented ones. They're the ones who know what is coming for them and prepare for it. Like I said earlier, I've been doing this for over 12 years. I've worked in fantastic broadcasting stations, and I've been privileged to also train, university students. So I know what works and what breaks people. Enough of the pep talks, let's get right into it. Now, the first brutal truth about traditional broadcasting is that entry-level broadcasting does not pay well at all. I need you to have this at the back of your mind. Your first job as an OAP, just have it at the back of your mind that you're going to be earning between 50,000 naira and 80,000 naira if you're working in a broadcasting station in Nigeria. And if you're going for an internship opportunity, please note that most internship opportunities in Nigerian broadcasting stations, are unpaid. And if some stations want to pay you, we're looking at, say, 30,000 naira. That is barely enough to even cover your transport. And if you're working in a mid-tier station, maybe a bigger station, we're looking at, say, 100,000 naira to 200,000 naira per month. Now, can you make good money in broadcasting? The answer is yes, a very big yes. In fact, top stations in Abuja, in Nigeria, top OAPs who work in these stations earn between 500,000 naira to 2 million naira monthly. All right, but you have to work hard for it. As an OAP, that is going to cost you like, say, 5 to 10 years of building your brand, building your audience, building leverage, building network. And the brutal truth is that most broadcasters quit before they even get to the point where they start earning as much as 500,000 naira to 2 million naira monthly. And this is especially because they jump into broadcasting with the mindset that, okay, you know what, it's going to be fast money. They don't prepare for the lean years that come, before the time when we now begin to earn well for ourselves. And because we don't prepare for the lean years, the moment it stays, pretty long, we just tap out, because we have to survive, right? So here's my recommendation. If you're entering into broadcasting, you need a side hustle. You need savings, or you really need to live on budget. Don't be like most broadcasters who go into debt, trying to buy clothes and look the part. Most broadcasters who live in very expensive apartments that their salaries cannot afford. Be strategic. Know that you're working towards something. You have to go in with the wisdom that the people who make it in broadcasting are not necessarily the talented ones, like I said before. They are the ones who could afford to stay in the game at least long enough to get noticed. Now, does this mean that broadcasting is a bad career? Of course not. What it means is that you need side hustle. You need to freelance. You need voiceover gigs, MC gigs, content creation. These side hustles can supplement your income while you build. So, before you take that first broadcasting job, please calculate your monthly expenses. Make sure you can survive on 80 to 100,000 naira if that's what they are offering. All right, let's get the money talk out of the way and talk about something that even shocks people more, something that shocked me more than the salary, and that's the schedule, the chaotic schedule. Broadcasting does not respect your time. Let's be clear on that. If you're on the morning show, you're waking up 3:30, 4:30, 5 a.m. every other morning, including Mondays, after you've stayed up late for your Sunday evening shift. Listen, your body never fully adjusts to radio timing. Most days, before 2 p.m., you are already exhausted. And if you're on the other side where you get to work the night shift, bro, you're going to be working into the night. Most times when everyone else is sleeping, some stations hold programs till 11 p.m. Some people shut down at 12 a.m. So if that's your belt, bro, you're in for it, okay? And then we get to work on weekends. We get to work on holidays. Yes, there's no holiday for broadcasters. Christmas days, we work. New Year days, we work. Public holidays, we work. And here's what nobody tells you. The schedule changes, right? Suddenly, your colleague calls in sick, and guess who is going to be covering their shift? You guessed right. You. What it does to you is that your social life suffers. So please, take this as an advice from a presenter who has shut down several times due to overworking herself. You have to create boundaries. There are times when you will need to say no. You need to protect your rest days fiercely. My colleagues would always complain, "Oh, Sunshine, you don't come for this event during the weekend. There's an event this Saturday. There's an event this Sunday. Sunshine, you don't always come out for events." What days do I have to rest? I work the morning shift from Monday to Friday. I have only Saturday to rest. I work the afternoon shift on Sundays immediately after church. I'm back to the office. And then the Saturday where I have to rest, I'll not give it to you because you want me to attend an event. No, my brother. No, my sister. Right? So it's important to protect your rest days fiercely. Listen, broadcasting will take everything you give it. If you don't set boundaries, if you don't give yourself time to rest, time off work, if you don't set limits, you're going to burn out in 2 years. I've seen this happen to people. So before you jump in, it's very, very important to ask the question, what's the routine like? Am I going to be able to sacrifice my holidays, right? For as long as I need before I establish myself in this industry. You're going to have to look out for senior friends and ask them, how do you manage burnout? How do you handle your shifts? What are your routines like? If you're not ready to sacrifice time, to sacrifice your holidays, to standing for somebody, right? If you don't have that enough time to give to broadcasting. It's very, very important to be truthful to yourself and just take 2 steps backward. If not, it's going to tell on you. And the next thing I want us to look at is the job insecurity in broadcasting. Broadcasting is one of the most unstable industries you can find yourself in. Let's be clear on that. Stations can shut down, masts can fall, and for 6 months you don't have a job, right? Your contracts can be thrown out. They can cut down budgets. They can slash your salaries. Listen, in broadcasting, you can be thriving 1 month and the next month you are unemployed. Yes, is that bad? I've seen talented OAPs lose their job because the new manager, the new GM or whatever didn't like their faces. Maybe they were too fair. Maybe they didn't greet well. Maybe, just one reason or the other, and you are out in the streets looking for a job all over again. People get fired because of things like ratings dropping, no adverts coming in. Your job security is not guaranteed in broadcasting. And if you work in smaller stations, the financial stability is worse. You guys, I've worked in a station where I was owed 5 months salary at a stretch. I'm not kidding you. Salaries get delayed, equipments most times get bad, you have little or no resources to do your job effectively. Bro, it's draining. I've been there, so just take my word for it. So my advice is that you have something by the side. Freelance. I mean, there's digital broadcasting now. You can start your own podcasting channel. You can start a YouTube channel. You can start building your social media. Just know that there's no job security in traditional broadcasting. If you're going to survive, you have to diversify. Chuck your hand in something else, right? Build some portfolio, build some value outside traditional broadcasting. Like I said, you can start your own podcasting thing. Just have a backup plan, knowing fully well that something can happen at that radio station that you're working in, and before you know it, your job is gone. Because the harsh truth is, no broadcasting station owes you stability, but you owe yourself a backup plan. And the last thing I want to talk about, the last brutal truth about broadcasting, traditional broadcasting now, is the emotional toll that it takes on the presenter. Broadcasting looks easy. Some people see it as you just come to work, you're talking to the mic, everybody is happy, you go home. It just looks cool from the outside. But that's wrong. For traditional broadcasting, whether it's radio or TV, you're on all the time. Radio doesn't stop talking. Whether you're exhausted, whether you're ill, whether you lost someone, whether you're having menstrual cramp, whether it's mood swing, whether your GM just screamed at you, whatever it is that is happening to you at the point, radio doesn't care. Your listener doesn't care. You have to be on. You have to be on your A game every time you turn on that mic. And that can be emotionally draining. So it makes that you're sad on the inside, but you have to still show up all smiles, making sure that your listener is happy. Now, personally, I've had bad days where I wanted to quit. Not because of the work, but because of the emotional weight. Sometimes you're pretending to be on your A game when you're literally falling apart. You're smiling through pain. You're struggling to be everybody's entertainer when all you just want is to be human, to be a human, for crying out loud. So please note that broadcasting is acting. Broadcasting is performance, and performance is draining, especially if you're going to be doing it every other day for the longest time. So please, before you allow the job to take an emotional toll on you, you need to separate yourself from the job. That's why it's on-air personality. So it means that you have an off-air personality. So learn to separate yourself from the job. Understand that you are not your show. You are not your ratings. You are neither the criticism or the praise. You are just a human being using broadcasting as a tool. But if you're not able to do that, trust me, broadcasting, this industry, is going to chew you up and spit you out. You don't want that for yourself. So you see, in 12 years, broadcasting has taught me that you can thrive if you come prepared, all right? That's why I'm giving you all these tips so that when you want to jump into broadcasting, you come prepared. Well, that will be the end of this video, but broadcasting is a fantastic career and I coach people on how to get into broadcasting with ease, even without knowing anybody in the industry and thriving. And I have a course, on that you can get to kickstart you on your broadcasting journey. Well, until I come your way next time, please be safe out there.